to do some double stops that are on alternating strings. I have the one up that's, adjacent strings, but this is the first and third string and the second and fourth string. Now, I will go into the theory of why this works toward the end of this. Some of you already know that and don't want to sit through it, and I don't blame you. But I'm going to show you a pattern that repeats over and over. Okay, so you hear do, re, mi there. Okay, well, what we're playing with this, and it's what's cool about this, is it works on the first and third and the second and fourth. Same exact pattern. Okay, so once you learn the pattern, you can run it all over the neck in any key. Here it'd be an F. Okay, G. You get the idea. So what we're playing here is the third and the first, or the root. Hear that? Well, we're dropping everything but these two notes. Okay, now here's the pattern. It's this to that, back to the other. Okay, so you start with this, then there's two of these, two of these, two of these, and you're done. You're back where you started an octave higher. So it's that, two of these, two of these, two of those, and that's it. And it works on, I see there's two of those, two of those, two of those, and you're done. And you can play intros, turnarounds, outros, lead breaks, melodies. Once you get comfortable with them, it's never going to change, and it's no different from playing a scale where you're, okay, you know the notes in that, and you can, okay, so that's pretty much it. As far as the pattern's never going to change. All right, to get into some of the theory about it, you are always playing with scales. Whether you know it or not, you can hear do, re, mi. I missed the cutaway. You're always playing with scales. Everything you ever play. Chords are made up of certain notes of the scale. Melodies are made up of notes of the scale. Double stops, I don't care what you're playing scales. So I taught myself how to play, which means I learned from an idiot. I didn't know what I was doing. I literally learned bar chords from Beatle cards. I started playing guitar in 1963, and the Beatles had just come out, and just like baseball cards came with bubble gum, you could buy Beatle cards. You'd get 5 for a nickel. You'd get a piece of gum and 5 Beatle cards. Well, some of them were scenes from A Hard Day's Night or whatever, but a whole lot of them were them on stage performing from the Ed Sullivan Show and what have you. And I literally learned this chord from a Beatle card with a magnifying glass. I'm going, okay, he's got this finger goes all the way across, that finger goes there, that finger goes there, and I went, oh, I know a Beatle chord. I didn't know what it was. And unfortunately, I played that way for a long time. I would be better than I am if I'd have taken the time to learn some of the theory. But I could play, and I knew I learned, you know, okay, well, I don't want you to do that. I want you to know what you're doing. When I finally really sat down and got into the theory, I know theory can be boring, but it's kind of like you've seen movies where a guy couldn't read, but he knew how to write his name. All he knew was how to make these marks that spelled his name. Well, that's the way I played for a long time. I didn't know what I was playing. I just knew how to play it. Once I got into the theory and understood what I was playing, oh my, it opened all kinds of doors for doing all kinds of things. So, on that scale, I don't care where you start, you're going to play that pattern of whole step, half step, whole, half. Okay? That's never going to change. There's only 2 half steps. Everything else is a whole step. From 1 to 2 is a whole. From 2 to 3 is a whole. 3 to 4 is a half. Now, steps on the guitar are skip a fret. A half step, you don't skip a fret. It's the very next fret. 3 to 4 and 7 to 8 are the only half steps. So 2 is going to go a whole step to 3. 3 is going to go a half step to 4, always. 7 is going to go a half step to 8. 5 is going to go whole. 6 is going to go whole to 7. Okay, so when we're playing this, we're playing the third and the root. That's a G. That's a G chord. Okay, that's your third. And if you know, you flat the third to make it minor. So there's your third, there's your minor. So the pattern that you play when you go up the scale, and it's just the way it naturally falls, is major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, minor, boom. Now that last minor is actually a minor 7 flat 5 or a complete, what am I trying to say, a diminished chord. But when you're playing double stops, you're only playing the 1 and the 3. So it's a minor, so it's gonna be, you know, that's major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, minor, major. Okay, so the pattern is 2 minors, 2 majors, 2 minors, and you're done. You're up at the top. Okay, so since we're playing the 1 and the 3, 1 goes to 2, which is a whole step. But 3 goes to 4, which is a half step. So that's going to take you to that. Now this is 4, and this is 2. 2 goes a whole step to 3, and 4 goes a whole step to 5, so the whole thing goes up. Now, this is 3. It's going to go a half step to 4. This is 5. it's going to go a whole step to 6. So that's going to give you that. Now this is 4, it's going to go a whole step to 5. And this is 6, it's going to go a whole step to 7. So the whole thing moves up. That's the theory behind it. And that's why it automatically makes this pattern. Okay? So now, cool thing about this is because of the B string being tuned back a half step and the E's tuned to the B, okay, that means it works on the next set of strings as well. So once you've got this pattern down, well, same pattern, exactly. Nothing new to learn. Once you've got you can use these for intros, and you can play the, notice I'm playing with my fingers because the pick gets in the way. If you're gonna play with a pick, which you can, but you got to make real sure that you mute that string, otherwise you get, okay? But if you just use your thumb and your finger, you can pick them both together, or this you can't really do with a pick very easily. You can alternate. Okay, you can do turnarounds, you can do intros, outros, like I said, or you can make up a whole lead using double stops. But that's it. If you'd like more theory on that, let me know in the comments section, and I will go as deep as you want to go into the theory of why it all works. But just remember, you're always playing a scale, and the scale always follows the pattern 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, whole step, 3 to 4, half step, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, whole steps, and 7 to 8 is the half. So 3 to 4 and 7 to 8 are the only half steps. So if you know where you are, you know you're on 3, you know that next note on that string is going to be the half step. Okay? Have fun.